You know that saying that size doesn't matter? Well, it applies perfectly to Laos, the country we're going to learn about in today's video. Although it's not a large country, Laos has some interesting secrets, such as a river that shoots fireballs, a territory full of bombs, and an insect that can make a lot of people's hair stand on end. Stay with us and discover these and many other curiosities about this, one of the world's least known countries. Number 1. Geographical Data. Laos, a fascinating country in Southeast Asia, is known for its unique location and diverse geography. Landlocked, Laos is surrounded by 5 countries: Myanmar to the northwest, China to the north, Vietnam to the east, Cambodia to the southeast, and Thailand to the west. This landlocked location has helped preserve Laos's rich culture and traditions over the centuries. The country is dominated by mountains and plateaus, with altitudes ranging from 200 to 2,820 meters. The Anamita mountain range runs along the border with Vietnam, creating a natural barrier that has historically influenced relations between the two countries. The Mekong River, vital to life in Laos, flows from north to south, forming much of the western border with Thailand. This river not only provides water for irrigation and transportation, but also sustains millions of people. Laos covers an area of approximately 236,000 square kilometers and is home to around 7 million inhabitants. Compared to its Southeast Asian neighbors, Laos has a relatively low population density. The country is ethnically diverse, with more than 49 recognized ethnic groups, each with their own languages, cultures, and traditions. Laos's tropical monsoonal climate brings a rainy season from May to October and a dry season from November to April. Temperatures generally remain warm throughout the year, varying according to altitude. Laos's landscape is filled with rivers, mountains, and dense forests, creating stunning scenery that attracts explorers and tourists alike. Imagine rolling green fields, picturesque villages, and the majestic Mekong stream cutting through the country. This unique scenery and cultural diversity make Laos a captivating destination for those looking to discover more about this hidden gem of Southeast Asia. Number 2. The capital. Vientiane, the capital of Laos, is situated on the banks of the Mekong River, close to the border with Thailand. With a population of around 820,000, it is the economic and administrative center of the country. The city has a rich history dating back to the 9th century, having been influenced by various cultures, including the Khmer civilization and the Kingdom of Lanshang. In 1500, King Setthathirath declared Vientiane the capital of the Kingdom of Lanshang, marking its political and cultural importance. Vientiane is known for its numerous Buddhist temples. The Pha That Luang, a large golden stupa, is the national symbol of Laos. Built in the 3rd century, it has been rebuilt several times over the centuries. Another important temple is Wat Si Saket, the oldest in Vientiane, which houses thousands of Buddha images. The city is also home to important cultural and educational institutions, such as the National University of Laos, the country's leading higher education institution. The Lao National Museum offers a comprehensive overview of Lao history and culture. Vientiane's economy is growing, with sectors such as construction, commerce, and tourism playing key roles. The city has seen an increase in international visitors attracted by its rich history, French colonial architecture, and vibrant gastronomic scene. The Patuxai, or Victory Gate, is another important landmark in Vientiane. Built in the 1960s to honor those who fought for Lao independence, the Patuxai offers a panoramic view of the city from its top. Number 3. Guangxi Waterfalls. The Guangxi Waterfalls, located approximately 29 kilometers south of Luang Prabang, are one of Laos's most impressive natural attractions. This series of waterfalls descends some 60 meters in several tiers, creating pools of turquoise water along the way. The area around the waterfalls is a national park, offering hiking trails and picnic areas. The trails take visitors through a dense forest to the base of the falls, where it is possible to swim in the natural pools. The water in the pools has a bright blue color due to the high mineral content, especially limestone. In addition to the natural beauty, the site is home to the Tat Quang Sea Bear Rescue Center. This sanctuary cares for bears rescued from the illegal wildlife trade, providing a safe environment for their recovery. During the rainy season, the waterfalls become even more spectacular, with a more intense flow of water. There are bridges and observation platforms that allow panoramic views of the falls. The Guangxi waterfalls are accessible by road, with transportation available from Luang Prabang, making them an unmissable visit for tourists exploring the region. Number 4. A country of small people. Laotians are known for being the second shortest people in the world. The average height in Laos is approximately 1 meter and 55 centimeters. This places the country just behind East Timor, where the average is slightly lower. The short stature of Laotians is the result of a combination of genetic and nutritional factors. The traditional diet in Laos, based mainly on rice, vegetables, and fish, may not meet all the nutritional needs for maximum growth. In addition, limited access to healthcare and socioeconomic conditions also contribute to this characteristic. Despite their short stature, Laotians continue to live community and family-centered lives, preserving their rich cultural traditions. In many rural areas, short stature can be advantageous, especially in mountainous and densely forested terrain. This unique physical characteristic is just one of the many aspects that make Laos a culturally rich and diverse country. Number 5. An explosive country. During the war in neighboring Vietnam, Laos was the target of one of the most intense bombings in history. Between 1964 and 1973, more than 2 million tons of bombs were dropped on Laos by the United States, resulting in an average of 1 bomb load every 8 minutes for 9 years. It is estimated that around 30% of these bombs failed to explode, leaving millions of unexploded explosives scattered around the country. These explosives still pose a serious danger to the population. Since the end of the war, more than 20,000 people have been injured or killed by these devices. The presence of unexploded bombs affects agricultural areas, hindering farming and the livelihoods of rural families. Demining programs are underway, but the process is slow and dangerous. The economic impact is significant, as large areas of land remain unusable due to the risk of explosions. International efforts and humanitarian organizations are working to remove these explosives and educate the population about the dangers, but it is estimated that it will take decades to completely clear the affected areas. The legacy left by the bombings continues to have a profound influence on the lives and safety of people in Laos. Number 6. House in the Heights. The world's tallest treehouse is located in Laos, in the Bokeo Forest Reserve. This natural refuge is part of the Gibbon Experience, an ecotourism project that aims to preserve the forest and protect the habitat of the gibbon's endangered monkeys. The treehouse, which rises to an impressive height of approximately 40 meters, offers breathtaking views of the surrounding dense forest. The construction of the treehouse was designed to be sustainable and respectful of the natural environment. Visitors reach the treehouse via zip lines, providing a thrilling experience and a practical way of traversing the rugged terrain of the forest. Spending the night in the treehouse allows for total immersion in nature, with the opportunity to listen to the sounds of the forest and observe wildlife up close. The Gibbon Experience not only offers a unique adventure for visitors, but also plays a crucial role in conservation. The revenue generated by tourism is reinvested in protecting the forest and supporting local communities, promoting a model of sustainable ecotourism. This project has been successful in raising awareness about the importance of conservation and creating an alternative source of income that benefits both nature and the people who live in the region. Number 7. Naga Fireballs. The Naga Fireballs phenomenon, also known as Naga Fireballs, occurs annually on the Mekong River in Laos, usually in October during the end of the rainy season. These mysterious fireballs are spheres of bright light that emerge from the river and rise into the sky, disappearing after a few seconds. The height and number of fireballs can vary, with reports of hundreds of spheres in a single night. The phenomenon attracts thousands of spectators and tourists, especially during the Buddhist festival of Waterfalls, which marks the end of the monks' retreat. The local population believes that the fireballs are caused by Naga, a mythological serpent that lives in the Mekong River, as a way of paying homage to the Buddha. Scientists and researchers have yet to reach a definitive conclusion about the cause of the phenomenon. Some theories suggest that the fireballs may be the result of the spontaneous combustion of gases released by the riverbed, such as methane. Other explanations consider natural chemical reactions or even optical illusions created by specific atmospheric conditions. Regardless of the explanation, the event remains a fascinating spectacle and an important cultural and spiritual event for the inhabitants of Laos. It also contributes significantly to tourism in the region, with many visitors traveling along the Mekong River to witness this unusual phenomenon and take part in the celebrations. Number 8. A communist country. Laos is one of the few communist countries in the world. The country is officially known as the Lao People's Democratic Republic and adopted communism in 1975, following the victory of the Pathet Lao movement in the Laotian Civil War. The Lao People's Revolutionary Party is the only permitted political party and has ruled the country ever since. Laos's political system is based on democratic centralism, where the party exercises total control over the government and society. The president of Laos is the head of state and the secretary general of the party, while the prime minister is the head of government. The National Assembly is the country's legislative body, made up of party members and some party-approved independents. The Lao economy is considered one of the most centralized and controlled in the world, although it has undergone significant economic reforms in recent decades to incorporate market elements. These reforms have included trade liberalization, the promotion of foreign investment, and the development of the private sector. Despite the reforms, the influence of the government and the party remains strong in all aspects of Laotian life. Control over the media, the repression of dissidents, and the limitation of civil liberties are hallmarks of the regime. Number 9. Economy. Laos's economy is one of the fastest growing in Southeast Asia, with the electricity sector playing a crucial role in this development. The country has a mixed economy, with large sectors controlled by the government, but also with a growing presence of private and foreign investment. Agriculture is one of the pillars of the Laotian economy, employing around 70% of the population and contributing significantly to the country's gross domestic product. Rice is the main crop, followed by corn, coffee, tea, tobacco, and rubber. In recent years, the government has encouraged agricultural diversification and the modernization of farming practices to increase productivity. The electricity sector, particularly hydroelectricity, is Laos's largest exporter and a significant source of revenue. The country has vast hydroelectric potential due to its many rivers and mountainous terrain. The Nam Thiun 2 project, one of the largest dams in the country, is an example of hydroelectric development in Laos. This project, along with others, allows Laos to export a large part of its electricity production to neighboring countries such as Thailand and Vietnam, In addition to hydroelectricity, the government is exploring other renewable energy sources, including solar and wind power, to further diversify the energy sector. The development of these projects is key to Laos's continued economic growth and to improving the country's infrastructure. The developing infrastructure and foreign investments, especially from China and Japan, are driving the construction of roads, railroads, and telecommunications, helping to integrate Laos with regional and global markets. Number 10. The Land of a Million Elephants. The name Laos derives from the term Lan Shang, which means Land of a Million Elephants. This historical name reflected the abundance of elephants in the region during the kingdom of Lan Shang, founded in the 14th century. Today, however, the elephant population in Laos is drastically smaller, with less than 1,000 remaining in the country. The significant reduction in the elephant population is due to habitat loss and the illegal ivory trade, which continue to threaten these animals. Number 11. Plain of Jars. The Plain of Jars is one of Laos's most enigmatic archaeological sites, located in Chiang Province. The area is known for thousands of huge stone jars scattered around various locations, with some jars weighing up to 14 tons and measuring up to 3 meters in height. The origin and purpose of these jars remain a mystery to archaeologists. The most accepted theories suggest that the jars were used as funerary urns during the Iron Age, between 500 BC and 500 BC. Another hypothesis is that the jars were used to store food and water. The lack of detailed historical records about the civilization that created these jars adds an element of mystery to the site. The Plain of Jars area was also heavily bombed during the Vietnam War, leaving many unexploded bombs scattered around the region. This makes access to and exploration of the site dangerous, limiting archaeological research. However, demining efforts are underway to make the area safer for visitors and researchers. The Plain of Jars is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, standing out as an important archaeological site that offers an intriguing glimpse into the ancient history of Southeast Asia, as well as being a symbol of the resilience of the Laotian people in the face of the challenges of the past. Number 12. Home to the world's largest spider. Laos is home to the world's largest spider, the Theraphosa blondie, also known as the bird-eating Goliath spider. This species can have a wingspan of up to 30 centimeters and weigh more than 170 grams. Theraphosa blondie is found in tropical forests and is known for its impressive wingspan and size, making it one of the main points of interest for entomologists and adventurous tourists. Despite its name, it rarely feeds on birds, preferring insects and small vertebrates. This brings us to the end of another journey through our Bello Mundo. If you want to continue traveling with us, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure.